Between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 28-yard line.
Let's go now. Let's go one more. Kill.
Brissett. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Off the play fake, here's Brissett. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
20. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. I want that. Express. Defense. Give me that ball.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Lorenzo Carter. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Big stop, G. Gun. Let's go. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
3rd and long. It's Newton. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th.
Gun.
They snap it to Newton. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. One interception. It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard. On second down, a run with Breida. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Showing up. 25, 66, pull it,
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
every day, any day. Wall 20.
On second and 9, Newton. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to give it to Ridley. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13. Now a give coming right is Breida. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Brissett. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now they run with Mixon. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, here's Breida. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
54 Mike. 54 Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, defense, let's go. Mike 54.
Now Brissett. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Paris Campbell, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point up and through by Myers, and that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. Little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots, but what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you...
There he goes, left side, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Callaway, 79 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, That should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Go, go, go. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They run with Breida, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, Febrezey. Campbell making the catch. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, team. Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Boom, boom. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
They're going to try and throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Eight. Mike 54. Mike 54. It's a party now. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Back to throw, Newton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Lorenzo Carter, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Hey, pick your game up. Hatch it. Hey! Switch. Check 3.
Now Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
We're set, buddy. Check. Watch 54. Great. Mike 54. Tackle. Mike 54. I'm going to run you over.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Newton. And he's able to find Diggs. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Stephon Diggs. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins have taken the lead.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Carl Lawson, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You got nothing to that. You got... Pick down, pick down.
From the gun, here's Febrezey. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Great, great. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Here we go. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Gun. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Throwing again. Newton. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Giants. DJ Chark, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10.
It's our time. It's our time. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check 24. Check 24. Back.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James. A sack from his safety position.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Mike's 54. Hey, 54. I got you, pop. Mike's 5'4".
Now it's Newton.
Let's go, defense.
And that's incomplete. Dory Jackson right there, step for step in coverage. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go. 54's Mike.
From the gun, here's Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the USC man, Dory Jackson.
You can easily... The logic, it's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Breida. Tackle made there by Buda Baker. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Brissett sets to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing, Brissett. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. We haven't even escaped the 1st half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the 1st half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10.
I got you. I got you. 29. Mike 29. I got it. 29 is a Mike. Mike 29. Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Mixon will get it to start the second half. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Gun. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Again, it's Mixon.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Ready. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Push him back. Express. 54. Check.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
And while it's highly unusual for NFL teams to think about using their quarterback on key third down runs, none of those teams, save one, has Cam Newton. He's unique, one of the biggest quarterbacks you'll ever see. Give him the ball. Let him pick it up.
Slam. 8.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I don't even know why this team showed up. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. You don't want this. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm coming. I get it.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey. Great. Here I come. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Paul bringing it in. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
54 is Mike. 54. Watch 54. Watch 54. Yeah. We don't want none. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
On first down, Newton. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Hey, tank. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Gun. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Again, Newton. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Get the ball. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Hey! Mike's 54. Man out. Right there. 54. Right there.
Newton on third down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Got it. 54. Mike 54. Check. Hey, watch it.
Now it's Breida. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Gain of a yard. And it's third down.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, man. Watch the boot.
Brissett now. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 40.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Show some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
54 is Mike.
They run again with Breida. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
54, right there. 54, Mike. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Hey, watch that.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brissett, he's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 11.
He's checking.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
This is Breida. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try to run with Breida. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. They run forward with Breida, and they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Redskins are able to come up with a goal line stand. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
29 is Mike. Mike 29. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. 29 is Mike. Mike 29. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Jim, 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 Jim. Watch the edge.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. And did he get in? No, they'll mark him down at the 1-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
They come out here in the eye. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Johnson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
To Johnson again. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Switch it, come on, switch, please. Switch.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Ty Johnson in the final minute. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is now 21-14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Mike 29. What we got? Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Shift. Under 10. 10. Check. Crouch.
After the run, Newton going to throw. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
That's it. Right to the 3. 8. 8. Let's go. Kill. Gun.
Now Newton. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. 50 catches for him now on the year. He's got a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Everyone got 4 down. 6.
Now it's Newton. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Sponge. No. Say. Rush in. 20.
Back to throw. This one caught by Ridley. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
Ready.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd.
Watch the slant.
Newton. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Ready. Get it.
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Giants, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they'll be guaranteed a finish of no better than 500 as they drop to 7-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.